Hey guys, it's M4J here, and welcome back to Wild Realms here on Planet Zoo. That was a really, really loud intro. Sorry if I've just deafened all you headphone users. Last time out then, we built this new bridge here for the lions, and we had some problems with it supposedly not linked up, but I have checked it now, and it seems to be working. We've got some new residents having arrived, so we've got the two males here, one of whom I think we're going to get rid of, purely because there's fighting going on. I think Jelani is the alpha male right now, but Masood keeps rising up and trying to take control, but gets his ass handed to him, so that's not working. We've also got Nia, who's our alpha female, if there is such a thing in lion prides. And then we've got, I want to say Tandiwe, who's our young lion cub. Between last time and this time, I've just gone around and painted the terrain a little bit more. I was going to select, let's select our alpha male here. I just want to see if he's happy with the plant coverage. He seems reasonably happy. It just looks really barren. And I'm sure there are zoos that I've been to where the lion habitat seems to have more foliage in, but apparently not. So I'm not going to contest that. I'm just going to stay with what we've got here. I did have to lift the barriers up. You can see there's a rise here and then a sink down there. Basically, the lions were able to jump out at 2 points. I think one was here. They could jump over the barrier. And from the top of the rock here, they could jump over the barrier. Which I think that realistically, they would still be able to do from there. But the game doesn't think they can. So I think we're okay on that one. Although saying that, just for my peace of mind and the fact that it looks really derpy, I do want to lift this like so. There we are. Yeah, that looks better. So today, I was going to finish off the lions, but I would say the lions are pretty much finished off. We've got an inspector in at the moment, so if you see fines and stuff for that, that's the reason why. But yeah, I suppose the way we could finish off the lions here is by adding some viewing areas. So right now, the lions do come round to this part of the enclosure, and the only way they can get here is via that bridge. So the bridge is working, we know that. And we have now got people walking up here as well. Got some guests, so we know that that's working. One thing I will do, just to encourage more guests up here, this section here used to be one of the entrances to one of the habitats. This was the, I want to say eastern one, but it might not be the eastern one. But regardless, what's happening here is I'm going to remove all of this floor, and I'm going to turn this into a little drinks vendor. Assuming the game lets me, of course. Just looking... Oh, got a floating bit there. There we go. I'm going to move this barrier. I can actually... Yeah, I can do that. If I click somewhere around here. Let's just do it this way. Edit barrier. Any second now. And I want to grab... Which point is it? It's this one. Yeah, that one there. That one there. And I just want to move it so that it's no longer in the way of what I want to do here, which would involve doing that, I guess. You can see there's still fighting going on, so I am going to sort the lions out in a minute. It will involve evicting one of our males, but I think that's fine. Here, I'm just going to move this one across to here, just so that this little alcove here is still considered part of the habitat. And yeah, there we go. So now this can become our little drinking area. So let's grab some facilities and guest facilities, drink stall. Now I think we should go with something pretty standard, like gulpy slush or gulpy soda. I think that would be popular in this area. Interesting that it won't let me place it there. I was hoping to place it... Oops. No, move over. Move over. There. Nope, that's still the wrong spot. My goodness. There. Yeah. I was hoping to place it here. Flick it around. Oh, I think I know what the problem is. This isn't flat. Size-wise, let's make it, I don't know, 5. And because of all the barriers here, I'm probably not going to be able to make this flat, which is kind of annoying. We could elevate it slightly here, I suppose. For paths here, I'm going to remove that completely. Because that wasn't really part of the plan anyway. I was always going to remove that bit. But yeah, gulpy soda. Stick it in the right spot, which it was... I mean, I guess it's going to go there now. Like so. And then next door, we could have a little food stall as well. What have we got? Pizza pen. Possibly a hot dog squad. I might just go with pizza pen. I know it's not really lion themed. I mean, there's nothing that links lions to pizza as far as I'm aware. But it might still be cool to have these two things next to each other. It's really annoying, actually, that I can't move these. Yeah, grid height is set to 0. But it just clips into the ground. So it is going to have to be that height. Which is kind of annoying. But... what can you do? For paths then? See? Obstructed. Yes, but by what? Clearly that's not obstructed. Is it the width? No. If I do a line to grid here though. Also obstruct. Oh, hang on. It's probably... yeah, it's the barrier on that side. So it's probably the barrier on this side too. Okay, that creates a very interesting problem that I don't know the solution to. So, I think, for this, my solution is going to be this. Take both of these and move them over here. Nope. Let's fix the barrier. Because that's going to do my head in otherwise. So somewhere around there. I think if I move it like this, and then if we grab this piece here, and I just turn it into... what are you? You're steel mesh, right? Yeah. So if I just turn you into steel mesh as well, and then we'll put the anti-climbing. Climb-proof both sides. That's technically... fix that problem. And then we should be able to go here and then grab both of these, spin them round, place them in the new area, which is going to be there. Now pathwise this should now work. In terms of the pathway here, still can't do one there. I think it's to do with that still. I might just double wall this, which is what I was going to do last time anyway. I think there's more reason now to do it than ever before. Interesting that that one doesn't work though. But that one does. This game is somewhat irritating when it comes to path systems. Because that works now. There we go. So I can get a little bit more space here. Yeah, it's just one of those things. And then from this section up, I don't actually know how to fix this either. Oh, there you go. That works. Okay, so for now, It's very temporary. This is going to become a little seating area eventually, but right now, this is what it looks like. No vendor, but we should be able to open it, I hope. We've got power. So it should just be a case of getting someone to actually come and run the thing. So that's part 1 done. Part 2 is going to be adding animal talks, which I think I'm going to do along this area. Excuse me. Frog in the throat already, and I've not even started this episode yet, really. Again, we'll do some terrain flattening. I'm going to be flattening terrain. I might as well do it 100%. Ignore all the animal things coming up at the moment. I am planning on fixing those. Incorrect sex ratio. I've already got plans for what to do with those. And it will involve moving some of our residents out of the zoo, which is unfortunate, but a necessity, I would say. Here we go then with this part of the animal talk. So the seats, you can pretty much see where they are going to go. I was hoping to build a pathway, which I can still do, it seems, that goes around this. There we go. And hopefully bridges across to this side of things. There we go. And we're going to have some more animal talks on this side. This might even be the main one, to be honest. And then connect that up slightly less weirdly. There we go. Yeah, I think this might be the main side for animal talks. And then this side... Oh, God, that looks awful. Yeah, this side for a start is going to get a complete rebuild here. We're going to bring it round more like this. This might just be a viewing area. There we are. And then this terrain here can be remodeled. And the original display that is now down here could even potentially be moved back over here. I haven't decided on that bit yet. Let's for now though look at the media devices, animal talk seating. Spin it round. There we go. We've got some room. We can get 2. We can get 3. We might even be able to fit. Yep, number 4. There we are. And then we need to stick the railings on, which is position snap, I believe, and position snap rotation. Yeah. There we go. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we've got a paw print education thing here as well, which I would like to use. We've also got the animal talk point, which is going to slot in right there. Now I'm hoping, species not selected, but we can do West African lion. No habitat to throw food into. Interesting. Is it, hang on, is that inside the barrier? Oh, I've placed that inside the, that's why. That's not smart, is it, Mark? In that case, you might have to come like over here. Still says no habitat to throw food into. I'm going to guess it's because the barrier here is too high. But if I don't know, change this quickly to that and then change it back. Nope, no habitat to throw food into, which is really weird because it's right here. Okay then. Whatever you say, game. But they can still do the talk here. It should still attract people. We won't allow standing guests here because I don't think we've got any room. But otherwise, yeah, this is pretty good. Manage talks. Oh, there's actually a whole section here now, which is cool. Oh, yeah, I need to change you. So you are West African lion. Whoops. Talk. So I can now find you. There you are. So what's this? Guests at the moment, timetable. So I can change you. I don't think we have any. Oh no, we've got some. Flamingos and hippos are also in March. So that's not bad actually. We keep Africa alive in March. It's not a bad idea. Link seating, that's still working. Good stuff. Do we have vendors at these stalls now? Yes. So I believe they are now open. They appear to be. Good. Now I know that these work. We can come through and we can add... Wow, that guy was really keen to get in here. Super keen. Wall pieces. We could just go with wooden here, but I think I will go with mud still. And we need... where is it? That one? Or just the mud shop front? Which way round are you right now? Yeah, you are the right way. Just got to put it in the right spot. Which I think is that. Though I don't think you're on the right side. It's hard to tell. If I spin you round. Oh no, I think you were right. Like I said, hard to tell. And then this one, oops. There you go. So it's a little bit higher. The pattern doesn't quite match. But I'm pretty happy with that. And then we can put some benches around this area. That comes under this. And if we go filters, theme, African. And then we'll stick a bench right there. We'll have another one next to the bench, sorry. We'll stick a bin right there. We'll have another one next to this bench. There are some already here, so that's fine. Okay. And then more benches. I can hear a lion roaring. Where's that coming from? I mean, there's a lion right there. Oh, are they fighting again? Yep. Okay, we're going to sort that out in a second, because that's ridiculous. Just going to pop some benches down first. Whilst my lions slowly kill one another. And then a bin there. A bin there. And a bin there. Right. Lions. Basically, Masood. We're going to release you. Because you are more trouble than you're worth, I'm afraid. So we've got 1 male, 2 females. That sounds pretty good to me. And they can walk back and forth, which is fine. The animal talk, now that I know they're not throwing food in, it kind of seems pointless having it here. But we're going to have it here anyway. There's enrichment and stuff over here. I did try and design this enclosure to encourage the lions to come over this side. So I think, yeah, that should all be fine. Now for the next part of today's video, which is going to be this section here. And I've talked for a long time about having hyenas in the zoo. And this is going to be where they will live. Now, I've seen some warnings regarding hyenas, so I'm going to be a little cautious. Oh, God, that pathway looks terrible. I'm going to use this junction here as a datum. I'm going to sort the rest of the land out around it after. Now, if anyone's seen The Lion King, you'll know the hyenas live in the lion's shadow. And that's going to be the same here. So all of this section, probably up to about there, is going to be for hyenas. The barrier here we're going to sort out in a second, or the land here we're going to sort out. In fact, we'll do that list a little bit here now. And one idea I had was to take the pathway here and have it go into a viewing platform above the hyenas on this side as well. And I think I'm going to stick with that idea, because the more I say it, the more I like it. So I think I'm going to do that too. It's a bit on the small side, this area. I'll admit that, but it's quite skinny, but it's quite long, this habitat. So I think it should be fine. I'm also tempted to dig down here a little bit more as well, and have this be a bit like what we have over in Asia, with the tigers especially, you can see how, you know, there's no actual barrier. Technically, there's rock walls and stuff, but there's no actual barrier. You can see the tigers. Oh wow, it's the first time moonwalking up the thing there. It's the first time I've actually seen them use this, which is pretty cool. We have 3 tigers now. We have a youngster that came along. You just walked straight through that platform now, didn't you, son? I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if what that tiger's just done there is possible, but hey ho. Yeah, we've got 3 tigers now. We've got Anastasia, who's our newest tiger. I don't know where she is right now. Oh, up here, hiding in the cave. There you go. Probably with her mum. Nope, she's with her dad. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, kind of like that, where there's no actual barrier. It's all natural. That was my plan, but I don't know if that would work for this part of the zoo. So I think, considering this is an older part of the zoo, we have still got some more modern exhibits around this area. Like, I imagine Land of the Apes was one of the newest areas built, which is why it's all natural barriers and things like that. Speaking of, I've got some plans to come back here and edit these a little bit more. There's not a huge amount I want to change. For the most part, it's pretty spot on. But there's a couple of ideas. Oh, for goodness sake. Amazing how one elephant can just ruin everything. This is where I'm going to come through and add some rocks and stuff, I think, to stop them from getting onto the track. Because it is becoming a bit of a pain in the backside. Also, that I am still planning on extending the African Plains exhibit. Or enclosure, sorry. I wanted it on this side of the path. I was going to remove all of these buildings and have it come around this way as well. But I think I'm going to abandon that plan in favour of using this space down here instead. So you even see the animals here as you're first walking in, and then you go see them properly at the top of the hill. That's a plan as well. Right, let's start building the barrier for this enclosure. I do also want to push this section here down so that we can properly create our little raised platform. So again, we got this weird effect where the path is, where stuff just looks weird, let's be honest. So yeah, here. It's going to come through this gap here and then out into the enclosure. So it's just a little viewing area. It's nothing massive. One more thing quickly before we do that. We've got some fighting with the cheetahs. So I've already decided we're going to go. We've got 3 cheetahs at the moment. We're going to take it down to 2. As for the one to go, so we've got Dalili here, who's infertile. We've got Musa, who's infertile. And we've got Salma, who is fertile. Now, who are the 2 that are actually fighting? Something I mean, it's got to be the females, right? Now, the fact that Salma is fertile suggests that Dalili is the one who needs to go. You're 13 years old. I'd say you've had a pretty happy life with us. But I think it's time we rehomed you. We can't release you to the wild. Excuse me. So I think we're going to rehome you. And that should fix that problem. So we've now got 2 cheetahs, 1 male, 1 female. I would like to get a breeding pair eventually, but I think, again, this will have to expand. We'll have to come out this way as well. So the African Plains and the cheetahs are going to be very much next door neighbours. They technically are already. But yeah, even more so. Right. Hyenas. Let's focus on the task at hand. Now, it is hyenas I'm looking for, isn't it? I believe hyenas are in the game. Yes, spotted hyena. So I want a fairly big hyena. What are they called? It would be cool if it said like the noun. Maybe it does. Collective noun. No. Is it a pack? Clans. There you go. It does say they live in clans of related females, immigrant males, and cubs. They have a communal den, and they 2 to 4. Okay. Up to 2 males, up to 2 females. So if we just had a breeding pair maybe to start off with. So 4 here. We can have 1,438 square meters. Grade 2 barrier. Which needs to be at least 1.25 meters. So grade 2. Could have chain link. With some glass areas. Glass. Or wood. Wood's not bad. We could go with a wooden enclosure here. It is climbable, so we'll have to make it not climbable, of course. And it's 2 meters here, but again, that's somewhat manageable. I need to make sure that we're using the right... yeah, we're not. So from here, flat top, editable bottom. Yeah. We want it around like this. So on the back, we could just have a null barrier. And to be honest, that's not a bad idea. So if I bring you into... That's the other problem, though. It's going to be somewhat climbable. Actually, one other thing I wanted to do, because I don't want this to be a sheer rock face. I did actually want some smoothing to it. So I'm going to do a little bit of smoothing here now. The easy way to do it is to push all this down and have it meet the lions part way. Particularly as we're in... What time of day is it? The morning right now. And this whole area here is in shadow. Which, again, if you've seen the film, that's somewhat accurate, but... I'm talking about the original film, of course. The remake I have not seen. I don't really have plans to see it. The CGI looks good, but it didn't need to be remade, let's be honest. It came out in my lifetime. I was only a year old when it came out, but it still came out in my lifetime, the original. It didn't need to be remade. No reason for it whatsoever. Bit dumb, if you ask me. Anyway, back to this. Edit barrier. So from here, we will continue, and I think I will just place it as wood for now. Maybe I'll change it in the future, but it's fine for now. We'll just go around somewhat like this. There we go. Up to the end here. And then back. Some of these I will move around a little bit just to make it look nicer. You can imagine walking along this path and you sort of see construction walls and you're like, oh, what are they building? I wonder. Oh, I was going to have like a viewing area here, but I don't think there's going to be room. Like a little path that comes off and avoids that junction. I am a little worried about footfall along this section. A little worried, but it should be fine. If I do this, get rid of that one as well, then do this, and I guess just do that there. As for the staff gate, I think I want that at this end, and we can finally move this transformer somewhere a bit smarter as well. So if I stick you there, there we go. It's all right having that there. It's tolerable. I really do want that viewing area though. Maybe put it here. Have a little crescent shape here. So if I grab this one first and move it out to like there, and then grab this one like this. Now, here's a question. If I convert these to glass, which would be not necessarily thick glass, just glass like this, can I make these, yeah, curved sections? Didn't quite go how I planned. Let's do that. And then maybe try again now. I mean, that doesn't look terrible. That could work. It gets a bit narrow in this section here, but again, I think this would work. Now, the whole thing here needs to be made non-climbable. We'll use both. For the glass here, actually what I could do is make this wood with glass sections in. Yeah, one-way glass. And it looks like I've got it the right way round, which is always nice. And that's one viewing area. And then if we do something similar, say over here. So right opposite the gorilla viewing area, if we have one-way glass here as well. Obviously there's going to be a path here that goes across, so we don't need one here necessarily. Let's try this. We'll just call this, was it spotted hyenas? I'm happy with that. And then we can use this pathway here. Like this. Nope, hang on. Why don't I place this piece first and then connect these up? There we go. So you work, and then... Oh, there we go. You now work. And yeah, we'll cover all these pieces as well. Cool. Animal talk. I don't think we need one for the hyenas, to be honest. So I'm probably not going to worry about that. Also, for the den. So it says they live in a den. Maybe we extend that out under here. And have that be the den. That could work. I don't actually know. Let me check that. Rather than just guess. So the spotted hyena, also known as the laughing hyena, is native to sub-Saharan Africa. They don't have interspecies enrichment. No, they do not. Head is broad with a wide snout. They have sandy fur with black spots. That's not very helpful. My Google thinks I'm talking to it for some reason. It doesn't actually say what kind of... They live in grassland. We know that much. And we know from this, it says they live in dens. So I'm just going to do like a cave for them. In captivity, adults should be kept in compatible pairs and trios. Although hyenas live in large groups in the wild, they live in a fission-fusion society where they do not spend all their time together and often roam alone or in small groups. So yeah, large groups in an enclosed space could result in violent interactions. So we'll bear that in mind. So yeah, I think I'm just going to dig a den for them, and that's going to be their home. So if I select edit barrier... Oh, we've lost a wildebeest, everybody. That's actually quite sad. A lot of our animals, I know again it looks concerning, but I promise you a lot of them are in fact dying from old age, and it's not poor management on my part. That is the hill I will die on. With my animals as well, by the sounds of it. Let's grab up to like here, and then this section can move back into the hill. Like so, although I have a feeling, yeah, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Let's flatten this area out first, and then maybe... like so. I'm kind of going with a new method for this. You can see I've just dug it out there. I'm kind of going to build an artificial hillside over the top of all this. So if I was to do that... there, then smooth all this out. And the plan is to just use rocks and stuff to create a den. I don't think they'll be able to climb it, but I don't know. I'm not entirely happy with how this looks though. Like this bit here, I feel could be moved outwards. Like that, and then this one like that. There we go, and then we'll do some more smoothing. Like so. And then we'll come back in and flatten this just a little bit more. Okay. So yeah, rocks. If we place the stuff we need first, then we can make sure that staff and everything can actually get in and out of here. So if I go... oh, the other thing I want to do, I'm going to preemptively paint this with sand for now. I know it's not going to need this much sand, but just for now, so I can see what I'm doing around this area, I just want to paint it all with sand. There. The reason I do that is so when I zoom in here, we haven't got grass textures here anymore. This is all quite lumpy and bumpy still. Just smooth this out a little bit more as well. I'm sure it's no bother for the hyenas, but imagine if you're a staff member and you've got to climb up and over a little hill like this, it would be quite frustrating. So we'll sort that out. There we go. Habitat. And then up here, species. So it's down to S for spotted. It'd be really cool if there was a search bar. Spotted hyena. Now, what do they like? Food and water. That's important. So we're going to have a food tray. Where are the windows? There's one here. So if we put one... You like that, and then a water bowl like that, just so you can see them. Actually, I'm going to put 2 food things here. So I was at a zoo not too long ago now with my my partner, and we watched. They weren't hyenas; they were painted dogs, I think they were. And we watched them at feeding time, and it was fascinating watching the sort of the hierarchy as they all took turns to eat. The noise they made, though, was horrendous. Like a really high-pitched squeaking noise. They don't sound very threatening, even though we know for a fact that they are very, very threatening indeed. Okay. Yep, that's all looking fine. I don't know why I exited out of that window. So that's the food and stuff sorted out. Water stations. We could put a water trough down somewhere, but... Maybe over here, in front of this window, just to encourage people to actually come in and look at them. Why are you now not placeable? Oh, that one is there. Let's just do that then. Now we're going to go for heaters and coolers we'll come back to, but for bedding, relatively small, doesn't need to be huge. I'm just going to place these around. So it's going to be 4, but I will place more of these. Just so we can have a few. Like that. I mean, I've done this totally wrong for what I wanted to do. So one sec. Considering I've given myself all this space to work with, you'd think I'd actually use it, wouldn't you? I also haven't got random rotation switched on. It's kind of annoying. There we go. This is more like it. And actually, again, I'm gonna make this very old looking. Like we're going back to one of our original builds. So I might just go with the basic wooden shelter here. And then stick them on it. Stick the beds on it. If I go with something like that. Yeah. And then we won't have position snap. we are going to add them to this construction. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So the hyenas should be able to get in and out of that, no problem. As for heaters and coolers then, well, technically we should be able to get some heaters. Yeah, one there. One there. That'll keep them warm when it gets a bit chilly. It looks bad, I know. It's designed to look bad, this bit. It's designed to look like janky as anything. Because this is the oldest part of the zoo. You know, this is before I was about to say before we started caring, but that's not what I mean at all. You know what I mean? Like, this is before the zoo really started branching out into making exhibits that look nice and function well and all sorts of things like that. So we have some sprinklers they can run around under, some gift box enrichment. In fact, if we put the ball down first, blood scent markers, we'll put those in these areas here, and also by the food. Rotation line feeder. That to me sounds like something that would go over here as well, but it's not letting me place it. Do it there. Pinata pronghorn. I can't remember if I did the gift box, but we've done it now. And then the prey scented stick. Sack. Where did I get stick from? I don't know where I got stick from. And then a chew toy. Sweet. So I think we're actually ready to bring in hyenas. But I want to start off, I think, with a breeding pair. And not go, like, ridiculous. It's not climbable. We're going to put all the foliage and the terrain painting and stuff in a little bit as well. I think as well for the terrain. So some of these posts here might have to be lifted up slightly. I think it's alright, actually. But yeah, this is like a really janky looking enclosure, but I like it. I do like it. And this section here I'm tempted to make curved and all the way around there. Oh, one more very important element that we've not included yet is this. Now, how does this look when building from this side? This looks alright. There we are. And then, oh, here, if we narrow it down, and if we do something like this. It looks janky as anything, but let's do it like that. And I do need some path supports on this section. There we go. That's a really nice viewing area into our hyenas. Now we've got lots of litter being dropped here as well, which tells me that we need to put a bin down here. And I'm also going to put some benches. Bloody protesters, honestly. Put some benches on the inside of this pathway, like so. And then a bin. Oh, it would have been great if I could fit one in there. We could just put one there. One there. I think that's fine. That's a pretty even path. Little bit messed up there, but not too bad overall. I'm just loving the fact we've got guests coming into all these parts of the zoo now as well. That's really good to see. I am still deciding what's going to go over in this area, particularly with the railway running right by it as well. Plus we've got the safari jeeps descending again here to head into Conservation Canyon. So something good needs to go here. Do we have the railway run through it? Whatever this is. I don't know if we do, because it doesn't do that anywhere else. So that would sort of defeat the point. I don't know. Let me know on that one, guys. If you think it should happen, let me know. If you don't think it should happen, let me know. Final little bits and pieces here then. Obviously we want some more benches this area so people can sit and watch the hyenas do their thing. Do we put a bin there, or do we put a bin? I think a bin either side, like so. We are going to put educational stuff down here too. Come back to that momentarily. I want to move the animals in and see what, see how far off I was. Open animal storage. Animal market. It keeps resetting to gorillas, and I don't know why. Hyena. So we're going to get a breeding pair. I think we're going to get Sonura. Actually, maybe not Sonura. Maybe you've got crap immunity as well. I was going to say Sonura and Kwanzaa. We're definitely going to get Kwanzaa. I guess it is going to be Sonura, but your immunity is awful. We'll just have to see how well this... Oops, I almost... Oh. Derp. Derp, derp, derp. It would help if you actually connected these things up, wouldn't it? Sorry, just punch my microphone as well, just to really capitalise on my derpidity. So let's do something like this for the staff access. But I am going to put a little... Huh. Genuinely thought it was going to let me place a grid piece there, but nope. Okay, let's do it like that instead. I was going to build a transformer here on flatter land, he says, realising just how flat this land isn't. Let's flatten this out a little bit more. I think the tunnel exit was around here somewhere for the previous lion entrance. Now, I do still want the lions area to be like the lion's den, and then the hyena den here underneath it. So that is going to be part of the theming that we're going to have going on here. Let's just do that. And then if I build the transformer... yeah, there. And then I'll try and place a building around it so that people won't be able to see it anymore. What's this as well? That's a keeper hut. So that could be moved. I like the idea of having buildings here that will be useful, like vet, keeper hut, staff room possibly as well. Little bits and pieces like that. I think that would be cool. But yeah, now we can move our hyenas in. There we go. They're on their way. So we've had a lot of animal deaths just now. I'm hoping they are all old age. I'm pretty certain they will be. But it's still not nice to see. So we will try and reduce that. I have made it now so that animals age twice as slowly, or half as much, I suppose is the best way of saying it. To try and keep animals... So their lifespan is twice as long. That's what I was looking for. So they will stick around for a little bit longer. Because right now we're in year 79. But if you think how long this series has actually been going on for, it feels weird to say we're in year 79. So, yeah, we're going to slow down time a little bit in that sense. So you can almost take the number there and divide it by 2. Maybe even divide it by more than that. Like, divide it by 10. These things take time to build. And the game doesn't always give you the time that you need to get it built. I've seen the lions roaming around outside as well. That's very satisfying. I was tempted to give them a little water area. Are they seriously standing there trying to see the lions? They're going to complain that they can't get a good view of the lions. And it is entirely their own fault. I have no sympathy. What's the expression? I don't suffer fools gladly. Have our hyenas arrived yet? Oh, barrier status not looking good. Mechanic. Actually, we could do it every year, but I'm going to call you out now. Because it would be nice if the barrier wasn't about to fall apart. Here they are. There's our hyenas. Right. Pause the game quickly. First of all, check everything's accessible. Yep. Not just for you, but for staff. Yep, excellent. Next thing, close the heat map, go into the terrain. So you need more short grass, more soil, less sand. So we did get that wrong. And by we, I mean, of course, me. So this area around here could be short grass, near where they actually sleep. Soil. I like the idea of having soil around this way. Just paint as much of this as possible. So we're well within the realms of soil now. But I am going to keep going. Because my plan is to do like what I did with the lions. You might notice there's like a few different textures painted down. So I kind of went around with grass for... They're not going to jump out there, are they? I hope not. And then I reduced the sensitivity to something like... Let's do 30. And then just went round here again. So you get like this greeny brown colour around most of this, which I think looks pretty cool. And then if we just fill some more of these areas in, and bing, straight in. Right, as for bing, did I really just say bing? I don't know. Right, filters, continent, Africa, theme. Actually, theme is fine. It's biome, grassland, and then foliage type. We want trees and bushes, which there are a few. So we got, you know, Aleppo pine trees. I want to try and keep these relatively small so that you can only just see them from the lions area. I think that also a random rotation would be good right now. I don't know what I'm doing. Just choosing random things right now. Some acacia trees would look nice. Again, just making sure I'm not going crazy with this. Small one here, because of the pathway. There we are. Bushes. What have we got for bushes? Well, we could put some... One of these, like, right up against the fence here would look cool. Yeah. Yeah, I want it to be open where the windows are, but then covered in a lot of other areas so that they can run away and hide if they want to. Because these... A lot of the animals in the zoo here, they are quite nervous. They don't necessarily want to be on show. One of the bigger problems I've got right now with the lemurs especially is they get stressed and there's nowhere for them to hide. So I've got that like weird cave thing right now for the lemurs, but I kind of want to take that one step further. And I saw a brilliant build someone did on Reddit where they had like treetop sleeping areas for their lemurs, and I kind of want to nick that because I think it looked really awesome. Let's just put some bushes around this area. We're getting towards our ceiling now, so we're not going to put too many more. Just little areas where they can run off out of public view. They're one-way windows anyway, so they shouldn't be able to see people looking at them, but still it's just like a safety net, you know. I think this is good. I'm pretty happy with what we've got here. Maybe just a little bush there. And oh, that's a big bush. We can put one of those over here. And then something, I don't know, like that, and a couple of little bits around the supports here. Maybe like that. They should still be able to get into this area. I think that's pretty good. I think that's where we're going to leave at least the trees and stuff. We might put some random rocks in as well. What have we got for rocks? Yeah, we could put some... Goodness. Regretting this decision already. Let's just put some random rocks in here and hope they can't climb out. I don't think they'll be able to. Most animals in this game do struggle to climb and jump. I have had one lion escape, and that was today, in fact, before I started recording. But for the most part, they do struggle to get up bits like this. So I think we should be fine. Fingers crossed we should be fine. I don't know, something like that. Maybe we put some rock work over on this side as well. Let's see, nice big rock there. Massive rock next to it. And then some small ones at the front just to hide the rubbishness of those seams there. And then just a little one there as well. I say little, it's pretty big. But yeah, I think we're fine. I think we're good. Just check this if I unpause. Make sure there's no climbable areas or jumpable areas. Nope, we seem to be okay. Excellent stuff. Right, let's do some education stuff. The rhinos are fighting now. Yeah, I'm going to reduce... So I just left them to breed, but I'm going to reduce a lot of our animals. So, you know, we don't need more than 2 rhinos, do we? So let's just have 2 rhinos. Just gone crazy with some of the animals that I've put in. It's entirely my own fault, I know that. Oh, imagine if I could put an animal talk in. Like here. For the hyenas. That would be pretty cool. It's not going to happen, sadly. We could put some educational speakers in. Definitely one here. I would love to bury these, but then I wouldn't be able to see anything in this area. So I'm just going to do this and spread it out. Or maybe 10. Actually, 11's good. It stops just before the edge there, which is perfect. And then an educational board here. So this one will be good. I can squeeze you in like so. And again, spotted hyenas. Lovely. Conservation education board. That would be nice. If I could squeeze you in over here, actually, that would be very nice. Yeah, there we go. What do we have on this one then? Ecotourism, climate change, invasive species, land sharing versus land sparing. Population fragmentation. There we go. That's not a bad one. And then we'll stick a couple of vista points. One there and one there. So yeah, you're focusing on the hyenas. You're focusing on the hyenas. Lovely. What does that say? Not affecting nearby viewpoints. Okay. It's making it sound like a bad thing. Surely that's a good thing. And something similar up the top, I would say. So maybe not a speaker, but a board would be good. Up here. I just realised that noise that I think sounding like people laughing, that's probably the hyenas doing their thing, right? I was like, that's a really weird noise. Who's making that noise? It's the hyenas, Mark. spin you round there, and we're going to slot you into place. There we go. Spotted hyena. Lovely stuff. And then another vista point here. I'm just going to look down into the hyenas. Right, promoting nearby viewpoints, and these two say not affecting. Oh no, now you are working. Okay, that's fine. It works. That's the main thing. What? Why are you running in? You're doing like the running man whilst moving. Where are you going? Placing food in Chimp Island. Okay. Don't know why you had to run like that whilst doing it, but hey ho. I think my ride here is broken, by the way. I was going to reset it again. So we're going to have a whole influx of people. There they go. Not ideal, but what can you do? Yeah, I think my elephant now is passing away. Yep, animal passed away. It did say old age, so again, I'm not irresponsible, I promise. We've got people looking at our cheetahs. At cheetahs? Wow, where did that come from? We've got people looking at our hyenas. Multiple animals have low welfare. You just ignore all that. Ignore all that. Just ignore all that. The zoo is perfect, guys. We don't have a single bad thing happening in our zoo right now. Sweet. I am very happy with how this is going. Very, very happy indeed. But I do want to quickly... What have we got? About I always say it wrong. Baobab. Baobab, yeah. Pretty sure that's right. I would love one of those there, but it just doesn't really fit. We could have a cork oak, I suppose. With some small bushes and some rock work around it. That could work. What else we got? Common reeds. Oh, goodness. It's massive. Maybe one of those. Rhinos are still fighting. Yeah, it's definitely my plan, once I've finished here, to go around some of the enclosures and just reduce the population slightly. Find new homes for some of our fighters. Because it is getting a little out of hand now. And we are starting to get some injuries, which I'm not a huge fan of. So we will go and do that. Can I put some, yeah, some little rocks in here as well. Just to fill some of these gaps here. There we go. So the tree grows out of a rock now, but never mind. Oh, that would have been good to have. If that doesn't block the path too much, I could move it slightly. That doesn't look too bad. Maybe remove this one underneath it. Put a sign on that. Nice. Right. Oh, a few more things. Again, I want to go through and place little details around these areas eventually as well. Like little bushes, little trees. Just little things where it just doesn't look like it was forgotten about, you know. It actually looks like some thought went into it. That's not a bad place to start, but I feel like we could do a lot more. Maybe even having little trees like that growing out of it. I'll live with that for now. Looks like our hyenas are somewhat popular. Okay, they're a bit hard to see. But again, that's part of the plan. How big was this in the end? 2,400. So we've only really got just enough room for four hyenas here. So I think I've done alright with that, all things considered. Food quality, I believe they've been fed. Possibly. Maybe not. How long have we been going for? Just over an hour. That's actually a pretty good place to leave things. I will just demonstrate quickly what I mean by thinning out the population here. So the gorillas do tend to fight a little bit. We've only got one male here, but we've got... Actually, it's not the gorillas, is it? It was the chimps that we had a problem with today. So if I come over here... Yeah, we have a lot of chimps. We've got 10 chimps. And I think we can reduce this significantly. So let's have a look. It'd be cool if I could get the list of like ages and things here as well without having to go into them separately. So we've got some juveniles, but I think they need to stick around with their parents, I guess. So what have I got? Can I filter by species? Nope. Got habitats there, but that takes us into the same problem. Oh, filter. There we go. Remove those. And I just want my chimps. Perfect. So, these are pretty good scorers. For the most part. So I think... Adidagbo here. Adidagbo. I think needs to move on. As does Adebayo. I think all these old ones, the older ones here, could possibly be moved on. Or maybe we keep... I mean, you're the alpha. So I think we want to keep the alpha. But are you... Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he's infertile or not. I think it would say here, wouldn't it? If he were... Oh, he is infertile. So do we get rid of the ones that are likely to breed? Or do I get rid of Gamba? Maybe we do that. I've lost my animal. Where'd he go? Mosi is going to be an issue when he grows up. We've got some... Maybe we get rid of these two as well. Can I not release to the wild? No. Oh, juveniles can't be released to the wild. You have an issue. Is it just because of how old you are? It must be, right? I guess we just quick trade you as well. I mean, we're getting some nice money for these. But that's not really what we're here for, is it? Who else can we potentially... So I think Zahara, who was one of our first chimps to arrive, I believe. And Namusa. I think if we move these two on as well. So that's reduced the population. We've still got our alpha male. We got our new male coming through. We won't have breeding until Mosi's aged up. But even then, there's going to be some inbreeding if we let all these guys breed. So we're not going to let them breed. That's not going to be what's happening here at all. I think this ride still needs resetting, right? There we go. Now we can open it. Okay. Yeah, eventually we'll come back and finish this. We'll finish this island as well. And we'll also start working on the wetlands down here. Because there are some animal species, particularly in Asia, that do like to live in wet climates. So this area, so where the river splits, half of it goes that way. In fact, all of it goes... No, half of it goes that way. The other half comes this way. But there is going to be a little area here that links it all up. I can't remember what I said before, but I will go and check all that. Actually, I think it was the river goes this way and then splits. And this is going to become a habitat of sorts. And then the railway bridge there as well. And all that good stuff. And I feel like doing something else here with the hippos. And maybe even adding something else down here. I don't know yet, though. I don't know yet. Plenty to come up with still, plan-wise. But I'm pretty happy with how this is looking. I do feel like decorating this bridge a little bit more, but I'm not quite sure what with. But yeah, we'll see. For now, though, thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Sorry it wasn't a stream this week. I'm out of office when you're watching this, so had to be a pre-record. But this might become a regular thing. Depends how well these are received. Whoops. That was weird. I'm going to save the game quickly, actually, because I haven't saved it yet since I finished what I'm doing here. 06, 09, 22. I got my God, we're in September. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, next week maybe a stream. It might be another pre-record. I don't 100% know yet. But I'm starting to like how this is all looking. We're starting to fill in some of the gaps, particularly around Africa. There's potentially, like, there's another gap over here that we could eventually fill. It's not going to be the African plains anymore, but something definitely can go here. Likewise, this area here, something can go there. Still need to fill this area here, and then, like I said, the islands. And that'll be pretty much it for Africa. It just depends on what else we decide to put in. I'm happy that the lions are doing okay now. We've only got 3, but they will get better. So these guys aren't infertile yet, but they might be soon. Once these guys move on, we'll bring in a new breeding partner for Thandiwe. I don't know how to pronounce half the names of these animals, but they're really, really nice names. Just wish I knew how to say them. But yeah, I completely forgot what I was saying. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. And of course, if you're enjoying the series, drop some comments down below. Ideas for future episodes, feedback on the current exhibits, all that good stuff. Very much appreciated. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys for your continued support. Enjoy the rest of your evenings. And until next time, I will see you soon.